they come from a state institution, Commonwealth University, and they might be shoulder to shoulder from someone from a private liberal arts college, or even someone from an Ivy League college, and they feel maybe, oh my goodness, am I prepared for this?
I thought for a long time I was going to be a music teacher. Everything in my life was music. And then I realized I can write decently well, I have good reading comprehension, I can speak decently enough. Maybe we'll try this law thing.
He stood out to me as someone who's very eager, someone who's very attention to detail oriented. He asked a lot of good questions, and we were very pleased when he decided to come to Mansfield.
I first met Dr. Rothermel my first day of classes here at Mansfield. I had a international relations class, and he just so happened to be the professor that I had that day.
We have a lot of students who come in the door wanting to, who come in as pre-law. And, part of our job is to prepare them for law school, for the rigors of law school, but also to really instill in them a sense that this is what they want.
I was the kind of kid who, during the 2012 presidential election, I had the map, I had the blue and red colored pencils, and of course we're in third grade, so nobody else knows what's going on, but I was really invested, and it's been a part of my life ever since.
I think sometimes I'm surprised that students didn't have no idea what they want to do, and it takes some time.
So there was an event on campus last year called CashCon. I blew off my music lesson for it, and I go, and Miss Reardon is one of the panelists there.
When I was a student at Mansfield, I didn't necessarily have a very clear idea of what legal practice would be day to day. And so students sitting in on that panel got to hear it straight from professionals.
I can say, hey, so-and-so's doing this, so-and-so's doing this. And I think the CashCon is a really good way to bring that directly to the students.
Everyone on the panel had a different area of practice, and our daily tasks differed so much. And I could just imagine sitting there as a student and saying, oh, that interests me, or maybe this one interests me.
And then Ms. Reardon gave the perspective of a rural attorney, and then she said, please, we need interns, please intern with us.
And Daniel pretty quickly reached out to me and asked if he could do an internship here.
And then things went from there, and all of a sudden I had an internship lined up for the summer.
Lillian Reardon graduated from here in 2014. She was a great student. She's an active student. She knows the campus. She took courses with myself.
I was definitely a little more comfortable her being a Mansfield one. We could share and we could talk about our experiences in college, and she could relate to that with me.
The goals we had for Daniel really is just an introduction. So just getting people introduced to the court system and how that works, courtroom etiquette, how you help members of the public.
My experience with Attorney Reardon was incredible.
There's only so much we can do in the classroom. I can teach them all about constitutional law. I can teach them all about the content stuff, but I'm not a lawyer. I don't know the day-to-day operations of a law firm. That is where it gives him an immense, valuable experience to go out into the field.
By the end of his internship, I think he was very, very comfortable.
I think the more I've gone into it and felt the role, and the more I read and the more I write, the more I realize that this is where I need to be and this is where I'm supposed to be.
When I went to law school, I thought I was going to do family law, and now I'm a prosecutor. So I would definitely tell students to keep an open mind and explore the paths that you come across, because sometimes you will be surprised at what makes you happy.
The biggest thing I took away from my experience, and I love the office I worked at, but I learned I don't want to be a prosecutor.
I had him totally set out, you're going to be a prosecutor. And so he surprised me. And I think that was definitely the result of just the internship experience.
Currently, I'd love to be a defense attorney, but we'll see what law school says about that.
Daniel, he would do well as a prosecutor, but his heart seems to be in defense, and I don't blame him. Obviously, we need people on both sides.
I think today in this world, you've got to prepare students for the workplace.
So I really hope that if I foster interns and show them that they can love different areas of the law, even if they don't love this one, there might be a different area of the law they could practice in.
So I think we're starting to realize that here on our end that we have to build into our courses some of those skills that are expected in the workplace. So
Dr. Rothermel has definitely been a great inspiration to help me figure out where I wanted to be in life.
I think he'll serve the public in some capacity, whether it be prosecutor or public defender. That's where I see Daniel.
Daniel has a quiet confidence about him that will serve him well in law school.
When I go in and shock the world, it's going to go, oh, maybe the state schools got more kick than we thought.